welcome back to another XDC MENA podcast where we talk about blockchain, projects, innovation, technology, and of course about the XDC network. But today is a very special podcast. It's a year end podcast wherein we talk about what made XDC fantastic on the events that happened in 2024. So, yes, but today's highlight is basically talking about the updates of the investment programs that XDC has. And I'm very fortunate enough to have these two wonderful ladies who are amazing and smart from XDC Network to talk about these updates that we have.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thanks for having me on this podcast. So it's been 6 months before I introduce myself. It's been 6 months at XDC Network. It's been amazing 6 months, to be honest, and I look forward to more years at XDC. So basically, head of ventures and ecosystem building. I'm based out of Singapore office. And in my role, I was tasked to run this acceleration programs in partnership with various, incubators and partners that we have. I'm going to give more details into that, but that's what I did, and I'm looking forward to more years in at XDC Network.
Right. Yeah. Congratulations on completing the 6 months. And yes, looking forward to more years with the XDC network. And
Absolutely.
so, Anir, please introduce us yourself.
I'm an AD merchant. I am working as an investment manager at XVC Tech, which is the venture arm of the XDC network. I look after everything right from sourcing companies, doing the due diligence, and even handling the portfolio monitoring post the investment. So, one part of my role also requires me to head over different accelerator programs, which is what I'm doing with Sunny. And more details to come on the podcast. But yes, I'm doing XVC Tech as well as the XDC Accelerator Programs.
Thank you for the introduction and sharing a few of the works that you have with in terms of XDC and XBC. So yes, as mentioned, we will be talking about the updates on the investment programs. So you already mentioned that you are both handling or leading incubator or accelerator programs that we have. So, Sunny, if you can run down the list of the companies that you're leading to.
Yeah, of course, as Anani mentioned, like we both are in charge of, sort of running, overseeing, and leading these acceleration programs. So we completed 8 different programs with 8 different partners globally. So obviously, these are global programs. Since I'm based in Singapore, obviously, it was Singapore based. Like the first one, I'm going to go over the top 4 that I worked with. So, starting with Tenity, it's Singapore based accelerator. So we have closed the program already. I mean, applications have been closed. Second one is Launchpool Labs. That's out of the UK. Applications closed, program closed as well successfully. The 2 other are T Hub out of India and Plug and Play out of Singapore. So we are still taking applications for T Hub in India and Plug and Play in Singapore. So Plug and Play in Singapore is only focused on the payments and stablecoins vertical. Others have a variety of themes that obviously Aneri is going to touch base on. So yeah, out of the 8, I have 4 closed successfully, Tenity and Launch Pools, and yeah, still working on the rest too.
Great, perfect. So you're handling as if the east. So let's move to the west. If she managed the 4, I think the other half will be yours. So please tell us about that.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. So I'm handling 4 different accelerator programs. The first one that I handled was foundership based out of Dubai. The applications are closed. The cohort 1 is completed as well. This was a token launch program. So we essentially got all the 6 projects who were selected in the program to get token ready and launch their token in the upcoming quarter. Now, based on the success of our season 1 cohort, we are getting into season 2. So the applications have started for the foundership season 2 program. The program will go live in Jan end, which would be a 12-week accelerator programs. So anyone who's interested in that can apply right now. The other one that I'm working with is Brink Hong Kong. The applications are closed. The program has started as of last week, and it will end in mid of Fed. So we have 4 innovative projects which are a part of this cohort, and going forward, we are going to do a season 2 specifically focused on gaming with Brink. The other two that I'm working on are slightly different in the sense that with RACDA, we have signed a MOU, which means that XDC has got into partnership with the RACDA, Russell Khema government, and we are doing a specific accelerator program in order to target the gaming industry in Russell Khema and contribute as a part of XDC to the upcoming initiatives that RAC is handling. The fourth one that I'm handling is called Pivot. Pivot is a different program in the sense that it's more customized one to one for every project. So the applications are more on a rolling basis, and we select innovative projects from the different sectors that we are looking at. And all the mentorship is tailored to what the projects want and not a specific 12-week program. So we trying to come out at XDC with different programs to suit different needs of the people as well, because we understand that not every project would require the same mentorship, or not every program would be suitable for every project. So we have a variety of 8 different accelerators for the projects to choose which one suits them the best.
All right, thank you for that information. And I love the part wherein some programs are tailored or customized as per project. So, yeah, Matthew and Dustin are also project leads for XDC, and that is actually the flagship of XDC investment programs, the plug and play Silicon Valley. So yeah, going back to you guys, I love the part wherein although it's a global application, but we have leveraged strategic locations in terms of using their hub, right? Singapore, Hong Kong, these are wonderful places. So yeah, before talking about the completed accelerators that we have, please remind the audience or our viewers the focus areas which XDC Network is actually investing to.
So there are 6 focus areas that we are looking at as of December 2024, and most of these accelerator programs are accepting applications from those projects which are within these sectors. So just to name a few, one is RWA and tokenization. As we know, it's been the hottest topic of 2024. So we have, and XDC being the OG RWA chain, we love RWA projects. Second is payments, stablecoins, and DeFi. Third is AI and crypto. Fourth one is gaming. So we're looking at innovative Web3 gaming projects or gaming projects which want to move from Web2 to Web3 and onboard, say, 1 million users onto the Web3 ecosystem. So that's also an area of interest for us. And the last is Web3 infrastructure. So these are all the focus areas that we are looking at and accepting applications for.
Perfect. All those focus areas are in the market trends. So we want to make sure that these projects can make it in the market once they launch. So Sunny, can you please remind our viewers what are the checklists or requirements that XDC look for before investing to them, or consider to invest to them?
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing those focus areas, because obviously, as in line with, the checklist was made in line with the focus areas, the hot trending topics or the themes that we had. So, for this program, the first criteria or the first checklist I would say that we had about the founding team, right? So this is a token launch program, right? So we had to ensure that the founding team member had a CTO, at least a CTO or somebody who had that expertise in understands XDC EVM compatible blockchains, because the first milestone that we had in place is about integrating into the XDC mainnet. So that's the first milestone. Everybody has to complete that milestone. So the key is to have somebody in the team who has that expertise, be it a CTO, a consultant, but they should have that expertise. Okay, that's number one. And number two is that through this program, we are investing into early stage Web3 startups or projects, right? When I say early stage, we wanted to ensure they have at least at the least the minimum viable product, the MVP should be ready, right? This we wanted to make sure that when they deploy this MVP or application onto their mainnet, at least they can show some traction. You know, beta users are fine, but they should have some traction. So that's number two, and number three is also very crucial and vital criteria that we had for this program is like XTC, obviously, network is investing to the VC arm, which is XVC Tech. That's fine. We are going to invest as long as they complete the milestones that we have in the term sheet. But it's also crucial to have a runway, right? Obviously, the project should be actively fundraising. If not, they have a investor in place already. If you have an investor in place already, that's fine, good enough. You have the minimum runway required for you to put money into marketing, the go-to-market strategies. There are a lot of things that you need to deploy capital towards, right? So that was another key factor as well. And if you haven't secured investor and XTC is your first strategic investor, we wanted to make sure that these projects are actively looking for external investors. They could be doing a private sale on a platform to, that the private token sale and stuff like that. But they should have other avenues of fundraising. So these are the four major criteria or checklist we had in place for this program.
Right. It's a very rigorous checklist, I must say. But if the focus area is making sure that these projects are into market trends, I think the checklist want to make sure that these projects will be sustainable post funding, right? And of course, after this, other than the financial investment from XDC Network, XDC Network will support them through these global demo days that we will be organizing in line to these global or major events. Of course, our tech team is also there to support them for any question or on the integration or minting the XRC20 tokens. So yes, let's go back to the updates. You mentioned that you have already completed some acceleration, Tenity with you and the others. So if you can tell us, like, what is the updates of these projects already?
I'll talk about a couple of projects that have graduated from the foundership cohort. So, the first one that I would like to talk about is OX Football. So, OX Football is creating an ecosystem of football experiences where the football fans and the players can have fun and earn rewards, connecting the passion of the football with the power of Web3. So, currently it has around 35,000 users which are actively on its platform, and OX Football has raised around 350,000. It's backed by Consensus Mesh, Protocol Labs, Techstars, Gamino VC, and Uruguay government. And of course, XVC Tech has also put in a check of 100,000 because it completed all the milestones as suggested by Sunny previously. Their TG is going live in Q1 of 2025. So, yes, stay tuned. And to all the investors interested, this is a really good project. The second project that graduated from the foundership cohort is called Akka Finance. So, Akka Finance is an AI powered liquidity aggregator, which is designed to solve the key challenges in DeFi trading, such as fragmented liquidity and a high slippage. So, in terms of the traction, it's already got $43 million plus in transaction volume, which has been processed within a few months of it going live. And it currently has over 3,000 active users. Again, the TG is scheduled for Q1 2025, so stay tuned. The third project that I would like to talk about is Zine Network. So Zine is actually a Web3 ecosystem for the 2 billion people and $10 trillion worth of financial assets catered to the global Muslim market, mainly the MENA, Asia Pacific and the South Asian region. Currently, it's backed by pretty well-known investors such as 500 Global, Web3 Capital, Foundership Ventures, Engine Starter, um, His Highness Sheikh Mansoor bin Khalifa Al Thani, and Curate Capital, which is the VC arm of the Islamic finance portal globally. So it has raised close to around $900,000, and the TG is scheduled for Q1 2025.
These are wonderful updates. These are serious projects. Not only they have their own existing users already, but they're getting traction from other VCs. even His Highness.
So I think that's the idea of the global accelerator program, is to get some really innovative dApps built onto the XDC ecosystem, so that XDC can also support their growth even further by partnering up with all the demo days.
Okay, wonderful updates, Aniri. And yeah, Sony, if you can give us your updates as well.
All right. So with 1080 cohort, there were seven startups that graduated. I'm not going to go in depth with the updates. Just give a little bit of one, sort of few liners. So the first one in no order, yeah. So we have Frac, a startup out of Singapore. So they're tokenization as a service, and they do tokenization of luxury assets, IP, and entertainment sectors. They completed milestone one, and they've received the payment for the milestone one completion, right? Second one, we have Edinburgh. They are very unique in the sense they completed all the milestones. Like I think they completed milestone 1 till 3 within the time frame, and obviously they received the the payments for the milestone completion as well. They put CV on the blockchain, right? They tokenize. CVs, resumes, and they help the candidates to get job regionally and globally as well. I think they managed to get a license out of RAC DAO as well in Dubai. So yeah, they're doing fairly good. The third one is called Ola Wealth. So they are basically a AI signal marketplace offering AI optimized signal strategies. They've also completed milestone one and received their milestone one payment. Next, we have Yativo. Yativo obviously is a little bit of unique in the sense they come from Chile. They are two Nigerian brothers. The startup itself is based in Chile, and they have completed milestone one and two. So they minted the tokens on XRC20. So they provide banking infrastructure for VASPs and payment companies, basically enterprise sort of great startup. Next one, we have Trade Enabler. They're out of Southeast Asia, Bangkok. They have also completed milestone one and milestone one, yes, and also received the payment. So basically, they're tokenizing real world assets and a known player in the global trade space. Number 6, we have Peerhive. They're out of Malaysia, again, Southeast Asia, completed milestone one, received the milestone payment. So they're basically DeFi based lending protocol. Last one, but not the least, out of the 1080 cohort is KERC. So they're putting basically healthcare records, medical records on chain on the XDC network, basically. So yeah, they have completed. They've actually relaunched their tokens on the XDC network as part of the program, and they have also received the milestone completion payment. Yeah, so that's 1080 for you. And moving on, we have Launchpool as well. So Launchpool program is not completed yet, but the startups are so eager to complete the milestones. Like the first one is Vital Veda. So they're putting fitness, like, um, on chain, which is very exciting. And I saw their app as well, the MVP. It looks fantastic. They're out of Australia, and they have completed first milestone and received the first milestone payment. Second one, we have ETU out of UK. So they do trade financing solution and focused on electronic bill of lading. So they have also completed milestone one. And the third one we have is called Edge Synergies. So they are still working on the integration, and they look to foresee completion by end of this year. So yeah, so these are some of the projects who managed to complete at least a milestone one within the definite time frame that we have, and some of these projects are going to be launching their tokens soon, this year, end of this year, or early next year. Yeah.
Great update. These projects are also serious builders wherein they're very eager in completing their milestones. And of course, as per their milestone completion, XBC is successfully investing to them. So yes, and I love the part wherein you said not in particular order, but I felt like she has her own favorites.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
All right, so Yeah, moving forward, please tell us the community or the viewers what to watch out for the rest of 2025 in terms of these incubators that are yet to complete the program or projects are yet to graduate. Aniri?
So I think from my side, we're coming up with three accelerators which would start in quarter 1 of 2025. The first one is Foundership, which we finished season 1. It is going to be a token launch as well as token relaunch program, which I think a couple of projects within the accelerator had done. So we are also encouraging projects which have launched their token but want to relaunch their token to come to the accelerator program, gain mentorship, and relaunch their token. So that's foundership for you. The second one that's going to come up is Rackda. The applications would go live in mid of December till the end of Jan, but the program would start somewhere around Feb first week. So that's the second one that we're going to come up with. The third one is Pivot. The applications have started and it's a year-long program. So the applications are on a rolling basis. So everyone who wants to apply for a customized, tailored one-on-one program for specific mentorship, I think Pivot is the one for you. So for me, I think the two programs that I'm looking really working on and looking forward to is Plug and Play in Singapore and T Hub out of India. Talking about Plug and Play, they're only catered towards the payment vertical, right? Anything, everything payments includes stable coins, infrastructure, everything, right? It's a 6 months long program. It's slightly different. It's not same as the US program. It's slightly different. And the beauty about this program is that they are planning to have road shows in two different countries like Vietnam and South Korea, especially because they think these are the two regions which is like home to the Web3 builders, and XDC should tap into the network, right? So that's a part of the program that we planning as we speak. And second one is that they have also closed a partnership with Gift City in Gujarat, and part of the partnership, XTC will be invited as well as a guest to attend the conference somewhere in January next year. So yeah, so we are taking applications. So basically, Plug and Play are using their own network and resources to scout for these projects for now, and the call for applications go live next year in February. So that's Plug and Play Singapore. T Hub applications are still ongoing. We are interviewing projects. We are looking at their what they have built, the MVP and stuff like that. So yeah, the scouting process, the interview process is still ongoing, and it's a 6 months to 9 months long process. Yeah, if I can remember, and yeah, so a lot of work to do. Ensure that we get the right fit for XTC. Yes.
And yes, it's a very busy 2025 indeed. As part of the selection process and the filtration of the project interviews. Yes, it's a very tough 2025 for us. All right, so before we finish the podcast, any final message to our community members or viewers?
I think for everyone who's just looking to come on to the XDC network, the Accelerator provides a perfect platform for you guys to build on, to get specific mentorship, and also to launch your token to the XDC network. And this is just the start of a beautiful relationship that you're going to have with the entire ecosystem, because we are just not going to help you scale from, say, pre-seed to seed level, but we are going to help you all along the life cycle of the project. So that includes introducing you to our ecosystem members, inviting to the demo days, as mentioned, and also helping with any sort of mentorship or advice that you may need, more from a tech perspective and a blockchain integration perspective. For all those wanting to come and be a part of the XDC ecosystem, all these 8 accelerator programs are open for you. Please find the one that's the right fit for you and apply, awaiting your applications. So there is a link on the XDC Zinfin page where you can see all the different accelerators that we have that running. So please go ahead and apply and come on board to XDC for all the benefits that Anari just mentioned. And I look forward to having you and talking to you and probably investing in you.
All right. Thank you so much for those message. And again, thank you for being part of the podcast and telling us the updates of these projects and of course the investment from XVC or XDC. For any project who wants to apply to the acceleration program, the link will be placed under the description of the video. And for anyone who wants to know more about XDC Network, please go to www.zincfin.org. If you have a question, if you're a tech dev and you have any tech question, please post it to xdc.dev.